Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well today. Oh, I'm shaking the table. I wanted to talk to you today. Something happened to me yesterday, and it made me feel so good, and I wanted to share it with you because I think that we could all do this. You know, any woman knows that if you go to your hairstylist, she knows all your secrets. I mean, every woman, I think, who has ever gone to the salon has spent hours and hours just talking to their stylist about everything that goes on in their life. And I'm no different. I do the same thing. But I think how we talk about it matters. And the reason why is because I think that the way we talk about it can determine whether somebody sees us as a victim, as weak, as somebody who feels like the world is coming against them, somebody who has very little hope, or we can let people see that we're strong, that we can take on the challenges that come before us, that we are maybe a little naive and a little vulnerable, but still capable of seeing what's before us at some point in time. I think a lot of us, I know I do. Personally, I look for love all the time, and I am so compassionate with people who struggle. I don't think that struggling is a weakness. I think that everybody is just like me. And I did not always feel the way that I feel now as strongly as I did. And when I was younger, I went through my trials of having an attitude and, you know, I was really never really super mean to people, but I would defend myself and I would be ugly defending myself when people got against me. And I would tell people, yeah, can you believe they did da 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 da, and I had to do this and then that's not who I am anymore. And I haven't been like that since probably, I don't know, probably like my maybe early 30s. Um, and I definitely have not been like that since everything happened to me or to my grandson in 2017. So my opinion of why things happen has totally changed. But yesterday, my stylist and I, we have a tendency to be like on the same. I think she's part of my soul family, to be honest with you. Hi, Shannon, I love you. Um, she and I have always thought along the same. Be quite honest with you, brainwaves. I'll think of her, reach out to her, see if she has time to do my hair at the drop of a dime, and she's like, "Yes, can you come in today at da da da?" Yes, I can. So she and I have a tendency to run at the same energetic waves, is what I'm going to call it. Emotional waves or thought waves. I don't really know what you want to call it, but the energy is always connecting. And she reached out to me yesterday and asked me how I was doing, and I told her I was doing well, and told her that I had started a YouTube channel, and asked her to subscribe, and she did. And she responded back and she said, "Shannon, I'm going to snitch." She said, "I'm watching your videos." I'm going to cry, try not to cry. She said to me, "I can see how much love you have in you, and you're such an inspiration." And that meant so much to me. With everything that I've gone through over the course of the last couple of years, to know that somebody can look at me and see an inspiration and not somebody who's broken, not somebody who's weak, not somebody who blames everybody else for what they're going through. I take accountability, I take responsibility, I take action. And it just meant the world to me to hear those words through a message. And it made me feel so good about myself. We've got to start spreading love like that to each other. Stop criticizing those who criticize us. Sometimes it's not easy. But Jesus never said it was going to be easy. He never told us that life was going to be easy. He told us that if the world rejects you, remember, they rejected me first. Knowing that makes me feel good about not being accepted by the masses. I don't care if I'm accepted by everybody or not, because not everybody is where I am. Not everybody has the faith that I have. Not everybody has seen the good things that come when you have faith. I've had friends in my past, friends in my present, who struggle with problems, but not nearly to the depth that they describe. If they would only take action in their own life, they could see that things for them would be totally different. But they refuse to take action. They refuse to take accountability and think that the responsibility lies upon somebody else to recover or fix. And that's not true. Accountability starts with us individually as a person being accountable for what we say, being accountable for how we act, and being accountable for what we say about somebody else. You know, I have it on my phone, and so I can't access it right now. I'll transfer it over and do another video later. But I came across the 42 laws of Ma'at. She's an Egyptian goddess. And I'll be honest with you, the Egyptians had it right, all from the very beginning. They were about respect, kindness, speaking positive words, respecting what belongs to nature. We don't do that anymore. We've got such a disconnect from nature. It's no wonder we're at such odds with each other, because we're at odds with nature. We don't believe in the supernatural anymore. I do. I always have. But most people do not believe in the supernatural. They believe that the book of Revelation is literal. There's going to be a beast coming out of the ocean. There's going to be a beast with 7 horns, and 2 will fall off, or 1 will fall off and 2 more will come. They believe that as a literal text. When if you actually look back, you even do a Google search, it's all symbolatry. It's symbolism. We're the beast of our world, ourselves. We destroy ourselves, or we can save ourselves. When she told me that I was an inspiration, like I said, it made me feel so good. And that's what I want to be. I want people to realize that regardless of what you're going through, it's going to get better. It will. I promise you. As long as you believe that. But as long as you believe that the things that you're sitting in right now are never going to get better, you're never going to see the light of day, you'll be stuck. God waits for us to feel abandoned by the world before He comes in to save us. I felt abandoned by the world a long time ago when I was in my teens. And I even actually reached out to Jesus and said, or reached out to God and I said, I now know what Jesus felt like being rejected by the world. Because at that point in time, I felt like I was rejected by everybody in my life. My parents, my family, my friends. I literally felt like I had nobody who believed in me, had confidence in me. And you know what God told me? No, honey. You were selected. I didn't want you to turn out like everybody else. Remember that when you're going through your struggles. God is waiting for you to reach out to Him. He is waiting for you to tell Him that you understand how Jesus felt. Sometimes we can feel the pain. We can feel the pain that Jesus went through. It's resonant in our bones. God is part of our soul. So of course we would feel what he felt. That's why we feel love. And that's what we need to share. So I hope this message helped. Please like and subscribe. And have a great day, you guys. Bye.